Welcome to this morning's session about hey, that's terrific. About microbrand affiliate marketing, keys to long-term success. The speaker for this session is Reese, Chief Executor for Microbrand Media.
Give it up. Hey, Reese!
What's going on, guys? What do you guys think about the keynote? Who here was there? Good deal. Wow. I never wake up this early during affiliate summit unless I'm speaking. So props. Yeah, I really enjoyed that because cutting corners. If you vibe with that one, you're gonna vibe with this talk, because in reality, going forward, cutting corners, it's not going to be quite the same, especially if you're banking on bad links and whatnot. So this is about how to build a brand as an affiliate. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the key problem that all affiliates face. So let's hop right in. Here we go. So if you want to follow along, first and foremost, I guess there was something I was supposed to read. I'm like jumping in ahead of myself. So each of you, when you walk in, were handed like a little pad to fill out, and it's a score 1 through 10. Go ahead and take your pens out and circle a 10 on that, because this is going to be good. And if you want to follow along on the slides, I'm not a big fan of slides you can't read, so I recreated these. If you go to nicholasreese.com, you'll see speaking today at the bottom, and it has a slide, so there's a link right here. So whether you're an affiliate or a merchant, this is something that will help you get your affiliates thinking long-term instead of short-term. I mean, who here thinks about affiliates and they hear it? If it's your first time for Affiliate Summit, you may have this rap about affiliates. They may harm your brand or they may hurt you. You know, like a lot of affiliates may be looking at just the short-term wins. We're going to talk about long-term wins here. So this is about building a long-term business. So now, the key problem that all affiliates face. As an affiliate, you're in an interesting position because you can't necessarily, you have to figure out how to add value and basically convert users over. So starting out, as I said, most affiliates focus on quick wins. I went out with a few friends last night. We were all talking about how most affiliates in the space seem to start with something shady and then move to something very legit. And now, this talk, I wish 2 years ago when I was at my first affiliate summit, I knew this. Because if I could build a brand the way I can build a brand today, which we're going to go into some actual lessons and some examples, I would be much farther along. Because I spent a lot of time cutting corners and figuring out how to build shady backlinks and spam links and things like that, when I should have just been focusing on doing the good work and doing it the right way. So ask yourself this: how do I build for the future as an affiliate? I mean, who here's affiliates versus merchants? What's our crowd look like? If you're an affiliate, raise your hand. Okay. How many merchants we got here? All right. And vendors? All right, cool. Good deal. So throughout this talk, like I said, I'm going to go into some personal examples. I don't want to out any other people's sites, but there's many people doing this right. So we're going to talk about my first major win where it was shady and how I changed it to more of a successful adventure for both customers and myself and the merchants. So being successful as an affiliate is all about competitive advantage. And as an affiliate, it's hard to create real competitive advantages. So if we look at the Wikipedia entry, a competitive advantage is defined as the strategic advantage one business entity has over its rival entities within its competitive industry. You can go on to read the rest, but that pretty much sums it up. If anyone went to marketing class or marketing school, you'll remember that you can compete on cost or you can compete on differentiation. As an affiliate, you don't have control over cost. So you have to find a way to differentiate yourself, add value to the customer, and then ultimately convert them on an offer or convert them on something that's good for them, whether or not there's a lead, or whether there's not a payout, whether there's a payout there or not. So let's think about differentiation. Walmart competes on creating they compete on cost. They basically created one of the best distribution systems in the world, and they're big into real estate. Apple. I see a lot of Apple products out there. They compete on design and usability. I mean, they're all about the user experience. Zappos, it's all about customer service for them. As an affiliate, think about what are you going to differentiate yourself on. You pretty much have to have trust, and your customers have to trust what you're doing. They have to believe that you have their best interest. If you don't have their best interest at heart, you may be burning your trust for short-term wins. So we'll talk about that. Awesome. So who here has been out and heard that wonderful question of small talk? It's like, oh, well, what do you do? And as an affiliate, it's an interesting thing to actually have to explain that. So on a plane, I've gotten to the point where sometimes it's like, I don't want to explain in super detail what it's like to be an affiliate. It's like, so first thing I'm like, oh, well, I do internet stuff. And they're like, oh, really? What's that mean? And ultimately, I'm like, I go a little deeper. I do marketing online. And then sooner or later, they keep chipping away. And as an affiliate, being vague is almost as good as that other thing. I have that saying over and over and over. Because most affiliates don't want to talk about what offers they promote, what sites they promote, what their keywords are, anything like that. If you're one of those affiliates, right now, your keywords, your offers, your relationships are your only competitive advantage. And those aren't sustainable. I mean, if I can figure out your keywords and I can figure out what offer you're promoting, why don't I just reverse engineer what you're doing? I mean, it happens every single day. Who here's had a landing page stolen? Anyone? All right. I see Ray in the back. So we're going to talk about what you can do to create a competitive advantage. And it's going to be a movement going forward where affiliates need to think of themselves as partners, or people to be partnered with. Because you have this reputation, you have this brand, other merchants are going to want access to that. If you have that trust and you can flex, so to speak, and you can say, this is what I recommend. So like when Ray has a product, who here knows Sugar Ray? She's someone I look up to, so I'm like super honored that she's in the audience here. When she recommends a product, I'm gonna buy it because I trust her. I trust her brand. Going forward, that's gonna be the future. That's what I'm betting. So what other businesses are out there where you can't talk about what you do? So like, if I'm an affiliate that my only competitive advantage is my keywords or my landing page, I'm not gonna tell you what I do. So, I mean, think about it. When I first started doing affiliate marketing, I used to say, when my friends asked me in college, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a drug dealer. Just don't worry about it. Or like, what other businesses do people not want to talk about what they do? I mean, you got the porn industry. I wouldn't say if I was promoting Google Money Tree, because that would not be good. I mean, maybe you guys remember those offers back in the day, the high dollar rebills. That I thought that was gonna be funny, but I guess not. All right, so Google Money Tree was basically AdSense. Basically, people packaged a lot of AdSense information and sold it for like $4 free trial, and then hit you with a $97 rebill after the fact. So, I mean, that's not something I would want to say that that's my business, because I'm pissing off people. Like pretty much, as a customer, if I bought that and I got a bunch of AdSense information that was years old, and it was like, oh, this is how you print money off Google. Yeah, that's probably not a good business model, like long term. If you're screwing anyone over, don't do that. So the affiliate value chain. In any major market, you have a manufacturer, you have a distributor, you have a wholesaler, you have a retailer. Well, right now, an affiliate sits between the retailer and the customer. They have to add value just like everyone else in that value chain. So you have the manufacturer who creates the product. You have the distributor who distributes the product. You have the wholesaler who delivers it to the retailers. Each of those are adding value in that chain. As an affiliate, you too have to add value. So think about how you're doing that. If you have that reputation, you're adding value. So if we go back to the Walmart example, how were they able to compete on cost? They were able to cut out the middleman. It didn't matter. There was middlemen in between, so they were able to take out the distributor and the wholesaler. So pretty much they bought right from the manufacturer and sent it straight to their stores. Walmart's really famous for streamlining that distribution chain. Because really, Walmart isn't in the game of creating the products, they're in the game of getting it to the stores. They're the same game as Amazon. So think about it as an affiliate, how are you earning your place? If you're not earning your place, you're going to get squeezed out of the equation. So buying email lists, spamming that, you're not adding any long-term value. Doing shady backlink building, just sending spam links out so you can rank long-term, it's probably not a good game plan. I'm not banking on that. So, ski mask. I always think of people that are not adding value as extractors. And it's interesting because I was just talking with my friend Chris Pearson about this yesterday. Apparently, Harvard Business Review is now talking about the difference between value creators and value extractors. And this is something that we've talked about a lot. There's a difference between someone who's adding value to that value chain that we just saw on this page. There's a difference between people that are adding value versus people that are just seeing an opportunity and taking it. So anytime you're thinking, I'm going to game the system. You know, Google doesn't see this, I'm going to buy some links, I'm going to do this, and suddenly I'm just going to make money. Arbitrage. There's still arbitrage situations out there, but I mean, if you're going to build a long-term business around that, are you going to build a long-term business around spam links? I mean, I really don't think that's going to happen. Not for a while. So let's think about some examples of not long-term business models. So cookie stuffing. Who's familiar with cookie stuffing? I mean, has anyone here done cookie stuffing? Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. I would not admit to that at all. Anytime you're thinking gaming anything, yeah, if you fall in any of these categories, you don't have a long-term business model. So if you're cookie stuffing, you're gaming, you're promoting low-value rebuilds like that Google Money Tree that I thought everyone was going to get, and they didn't, and shady business in general. So anything that pisses off the customer or the merchant or both of them, you're not in a good position. So we've talked a lot about what you're not supposed to do. So I think my next slide is, this is my first major win, and there's supposed to be an image here, but it's really small. I don't know why it's not displaying right. So basically, my first major win, I'm going to grab this mic because I don't want it. Is this on? Hear me? Deal. So basically, my first major win was as an extractor too. And it's funny because we talk about it, we talk about how you have to really, really create value. Well, my dad, how he even got into the affiliate game, we're going to back up a little. He built autoloans.com in 2002. And so his business partner actually cut him out of the equation and said, I don't need to pay you anymore, nothing's on paper. So my dad was like, he's this programmer, and I'm like, hey, I think we can figure out how to make some money. So I read about how to game Google local. And I was like, this is an opportunity, right? But we can make some fast cash, my dad can program it, it's good. What's interesting is, think about anytime you're gaming anything, you're probably hurting other people. So in the auto loan industry, what's really interesting is we set up the sites, and we set up the system, and we were making about $26 a lead, which is pretty good. And we were turning between 10 and 25 leads a day. So we were making some serious cash right off the bat. That was our first major win. Then we started thinking about it, like, who are our customers? Who is going online to apply for an auto loan? Like, what situation are they in their life? They're probably in a situation where their credit's not the best. They're going online for a reason. Now, do I want to be a part of the problem of keeping people with bad credit down? And so I integrated a feedback loop in this. And this is all while I'm gaming Google Local at the time, and I'm honest about this because we've taken out all of our Google Local stuff, and now we're all legitimate. So during this, we made this transition. We were very shady, and we were just basically taking Google traffic and converting it on. Instead, what we did is I built this feedback loop to find out if people were being sent to loan sharks, and then we cut out the loan sharks. So what did this do to the value of my offer? I went from $26 to $6. I cut my business off at the torso, like not even the legs. My business was sawed well more than half. Now, how many people are willing to do that in the name of your reputation? So, first off, had a big win, and then started thinking about what are the social implications of this? Am I just here to make money, or am I here to add value to the customer and the merchant? So we implemented this feedback loop to cut out the loan sharks. And what does a loan shark qualify in auto loan industry. In my book, it was anyone that forced their customers to pay a month or a weekly stipend towards their auto loan bill. So basically, these people are applying for an auto loan, and they're having to come in and pay their car every week. Could you imagine doing that? That's a bad place to be. So I said, I don't want to be a part of that. Really spent a lot of time. It took time and money to cut my business down. But from there, we were able to rebuild much, much better. So what we did is every person that came through our system, we paired them with a lead buyer who was not just the person who was willing to offer them the best terms, not going to pay us the most. I mean, honestly, this is like a lesson in legitimate, it's the difference between being an affiliate and being a small business. You're thinking long term, like what are the social implications? What's the reason I'm doing this? Am I doing it just to make money, or am I doing this to be a part of a system that's helping me? So every single person that goes through our lead system that matches them with a lead buyer, we actually educate them about the difference between a loan. Like, do you want a 5-year loan or do you want a 7-year loan? It's not just the amount that you're going to pay per month. It's the amount, are you going to end up upside down? So if you take a 5-year loan, mathematically, you're going to pay it off faster. 7-year loan, you're not. Just quick financing. So where I'm going with all this is the difference of instead of being an affiliate, you want to look at yourself as a partner. An opportunity to partner with other merchants who will pay you more because you have valid, non-skeezy traffic, for the lack of a better word. Instead, you have good traffic that they want, and they would rather have your brand associated with their brand. That's where we're going. Because going forward, just being the nameless affiliate that's buying backlinks, yeah, not so much. Being the nameless affiliate that's gaming Google Local, not so much. Being the nameless affiliate that is doing Craigslist traffic by putting up different offers and posing as, so another example of an extractor. Who here lives in New York? Does anyone here? New York, perfect. So you guys know how hard it is to get an apartment in New York. I mean, if you don't live in New York, you think getting an apartment is pretty easy, right? Well, in New York, you have to submit 2 years of tax returns, you have to have like a verified CPA letter, you have to have all these different, you have to jump through like 50 hoops. It's really, really complex. And they want your credit score and all this stuff. So everyone's pretty familiar with freecreditreport.com. They have an affiliate program. This is a perfect example of an extractor. So I'm like hunting on Craigslist like every other person, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get this apartment. This place looks great. This place looks great. And I'm just shooting emails off. I can't tell you how many autoresponders I hit that were just like, oh, this place is still available. All we need you to do is fill out this affiliate link to Free Credit Report and send me your credit report. How many people are falling for that a day? A lot of people are falling for that. And it's like, I had a print screen of it, and I couldn't find it, but it's actually, out of the 30 different properties I emailed on, I got 5 of them for people doing this. People are printing money off of Craigslist, but is that a long-term business model? Is that something you want your brand associated with? Since most of you guys are affiliates, is that something you would build your business on? Probably not. That's not a long-term model. I mean, as a merchant, because there's some merchants over here, would you want your affiliates promoting your stuff on Craigslist? I mean, that could really hurt your brand if they do it wrong. So what I would like to see, this is like big picture, is more affiliates thinking about themselves as partners. Because if you're a partner and you can work with a brand, and the brand wants to work with you, and it can be like a strategic partnership, that's the win that I'm playing for. And I think the affiliates in the room should be thinking about that. Because, I mean, it's way too easy to just throw up a new domain and buy some PPC traffic or buy some PPV traffic. It's still easy to print money, but long term, brands will win. Brands will win because customers will trust the brands to recommend other good merchants. So that's the short, quick story, and then we're going to move into back to the slides, but I got a couple more for you too. Good deal. So my auto loan business, like I said, started out as an extractor. I was taking value out of that equation. So let's look at what turned that around. How did I go from extractor to someone who was adding value? We educated the customer. We weren't just looking out for what was best in our eyes. We were looking out for what was best in the customer's eyes. I mean, as an affiliate, it takes a little bit of social responsibility to see that, because there's still a lot of people that were doing exactly the same play that I was doing in Google Local. Like, I was like, I'm not adding value, I'm gonna take myself out of Google Local. Like, I'm turning off the traffic that doesn't represent where I wanna go. We were transparent. We weren't saying that we were the loan provider. We were saying we were connecting you with other people. Much, much better play. We built strategic relationships. We set up our own affiliate offer, essentially. Because many of the networks were also selling to those loan sharks. I didn't have control of who was getting the leads and who was hurting the customer. Instead, it was, I'll take it in my own hands. I'll make the connections. We spent a lot of time coding and making it right, so that our auto loan business was adding value to a really big problem. It was not part of the problem. And the crazy thing is the strategic partnerships are what made us go from 1x, from that $6, on up, to almost 10x. It was like, we got links from actual loan buyers, actually like people that are fulfilling the loans. Like, no more spam links, no more just junk. It's legitimate. Legitimacy is what matters. So, like I said, we weren't part of the problem. We were part of the solution. So, in the future, I'm betting on what I'm calling the win-win-win. 3 people win. My business wins in the form of profit. They have a reputation, I get an audience, and I get future business opportunities. And this win-win-win is all about partnerships, strategic partnerships. And so if you're looking at me as a strategic partner and you're one of the merchants sitting over in this area, and I want like a custom landing page, it's probably going to happen. If I want a higher payout, it's probably going to happen. If I want an exclusive interview with the CEO of your company that's doing some cool stuff, it's probably going to happen. Are you guys going to link to it? Maybe, if it makes sense. But it has to make sense. You can't just be this no-name affiliate anymore. I mean, being no-name doesn't win. Like, what other business can't you talk about what you do? Start being legitimate. Start looking at yourself as a partner. The merchant wins. So we already talked about I win because I get different opportunities. I get more money, get reputation, get an audience, and I get future business opportunities. The merchant wins because they get more customers. They get educated customers, which are often worth more in some cases. Instead of just getting a lead, their leads may convert at a much higher rate because these customers are educated. They get third-party validation, and affiliates are great for online reputation management. So it's kind of interesting. If you're ever going to work out these strategic partnerships, also say, if I launch 3 different sites, I can probably take your 8 through 10 rankings on your brand name. That wouldn't hurt to cover up any dirt you have in the past or something like that. That really helps. That's a win for the merchant. And the third win is the complete stranger's win, or the customer. So I'm going to give you a really good example of this at the end that is something I'm banking on in the future, but we're going to keep going through this. That's at the very end. So the complete strangers win by they're educated and they have access to a hopefully unbiased resource. So as an affiliate, will you link to things that don't have an affiliate program, even if it's the best opportunity? Think about it. You have this ethical dilemma there, right? Or are you just going to rank it by what has the highest payout? Now, I'm probably going to be unpopular with the people that are just trying to make money, but I'm trying to build a long-term business, and I hope you are too. So that's what I'm banking on in the future is long-term business. It's all about positioning. The key takeaway here is build a brand or build a micro brand. I mean, the specific people within your one industry, let's say you're a kite surfer, they need to know your brand there. So since most of you guys were in the keynote, he talked about how the off-roading company had a different advantage for building links. That's going to be key because they're building assets because everyone in that arena knows who they are. They're a player. They'll buy parts from them, they'll buy whatever. So if you're kite surfing, sponsor the right teams. Do things. If you're in the kite surfing industry, you need to be building a brand. You can't just be an affiliate there. It's kind of like, as an affiliate, you need to be looking at yourself as a small business and a brand. So here's the Microbrand checklist, as I'm calling it. Do something awesome. First and foremost, I know that's really, really vague, but do something awesome. Build something that's hard or impossible to replicate. Make sure it solves a problem. For backlink building, do interviews, do how-tos, do case studies, create some comprehensive guides. I got a link here, so that means I was supposed to check this one out. So, social triggers. Perfect example of a comprehensive guide. This is something that got shared so much because it took a common understanding that you needed images for posts, but Derek actually made it so that it told you which images improved your conversion rate versus which ones destroyed your conversion rate. Like, that's a comprehensive guide that matters. You can check this out at socialtriggers.com, and basically we'll just go over it real fast because Derek's sitting in the crowd, and he's a good friend of mine. But basically, he goes over how, like, this image right here of the MacBook Air, you know exactly what's going on there. That's a comprehensive guide. This is a comprehensive guide to images because this is a perfect example of how Apple marketed their MacBook Air. It's thin enough, it fits in an envelope. Things that show case studies, people see, all you guys are glued to this because you're interested in the comprehensive guide of how to make tangible things happen. Build that. As an affiliate, build that comprehensive guide. Social Triggers is a brand. He's not a one-off person. Are you guys getting where I'm going with this? Because, I mean, it's real easy to still print money off Craigslist. I mean, it's really appealing. But I can tell you firsthand, it's not fulfilling. Fulfillment and money are disconnected, but that's a whole different talk. I could talk on that for hours. So let's get back to the checklist. So, build a following. Next, I'm not a social media expert. Kate Buck can tell you that. I'm not a social media expert. But I know people like personalities. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the guru, I'm the best at this. No, I'm human. I make flaws. I tweet about what I had for breakfast. Like, that's not all I tweet about, but if it's something that's personal to me, that's what matters. That's what matters. I'm saying that my microbrand, my personal microbrand, the microbrand of Nicholas Reese, and some other things that I'll give you some other tangible examples. That's what I'm banking on is personalities and faces behind it. No one wants to interact with just a small brand. So one of the microbrands that I'm banking on is taxreceipts.com. I'm going to use this as the last example. That's not going to have a corporate personality. In the tax world, there's a lot of people are used to seeing legal jargon. So we're not going to be legal. We'll be legal. We're not going to be legalese. So, build a following. Don't forget about traditional PR. I'm going a little faster than I rehearsed, but so I may jump into some examples of traditional PR wins at the end. Capture emails. Who here's capturing emails? I hope all of these hands are going to go up. Capturing emails? Good. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how I always heard capturing emails and I didn't do it until just recently. It's funny how, like, I didn't see that as an asset. I was just trying to push people from search straight into an affiliate offer. Like, click this link, make it as big as possible. That game is not going to be where it's at. It's going to be having this loyal following of people that care about what you say. Build a reputation and trust. So at the beginning of the year, I pushed out a book with Chris Brogan called How to Turn Traffic and Trust into Sales. And the biggest part that hit me after writing that book was Brogan wrote in there one line, and it says, reputation is repetition. That was really big for me. How many times do you think about your reputation a day? Probably not all that often. You're thinking about your Twitter followers, like how many people I got on Google+, how many people are circling me, how many people are following me. No. But your reputation is what matters. And it's just repetition of the same core values. So for me, it's ethics in affiliate marketing right now. That's what I want my reputation to be. Think about what you want your microbrand's reputation to be. Trust and ethics will be the backbone of your brand going forward, I hope. Like, if you're willing to make those goals of cutting out bringing legitimacy to it and cutting out the quick wins, I think you're going to see long-term gains. So what happened with the auto loan industry? We took that massive hit and we were able to rebuild off the legitimacy. Because at the beginning, we didn't have any legitimacy to stand on. We were making quick dollars, and instead now we're making long-term money. So since 2008, we've updated those sites 3 times since 2008. And it's still making somewhere between $40,000 to $80,000 a year. The auto loan sites that we took legitimate, because they're legitimate. It's passive income, the buzzword. I mean, we're adding value, and no one else is competing on that value add. So we're able to create a sustainable competitive advantage, which is what the core premise of building a brand or a microbrand is about. We also built strategic partnerships. We had partnerships with Cars.com behind the scenes. It's not on paper, but it's like we have a set up agreement with them that no one else has. Like that as an affiliate, that's gold mine. If you can find small merchants that don't have affiliate programs and you have an audience there, you have a big win there too. So every small business wants more customers. They want more leads. They want more traffic. If you can set up an affiliate program there that's kind of off the radar and may not call it an affiliate program, just call it a partnership, because you have a microbrand and you can actually send them traffic. You get opportunities there too. That's things that are off the radar that aren't on every network. Those are the profitable things. I mean, come on. It's other things. Anytime everyone's looking this way, be looking that way, because there's an opportunity over there. I was saying, with dysfunction, there's always opportunity. Always. So something that's not working, or where everyone's doing it and it's like hurting a customer, there's opportunity there. Next up, I got my 3 things that should be on every affiliate's radar. So 2 years ago was my first affiliate summit. It's been light years since then. And light years are length, not speed, so that was, I guess they're, whatever. So choose the ideal market as an affiliate. If you're choosing your market right, a lot of other problems will iron themselves out. So, for example, in New York, I love this example, and since I've been in New York, I understand the perfect way to describe a market. And actually, I'm going to take it around for a minute. So, when you're choosing a market, you need to be thinking about a few things. First off, is it well, I'll go by that order. So, there's a difference between customers that solve a problem with money or people that solve a problem with time. For example, New York. It gets hot in the summer. I'm from Florida. I'm used to it. But I'm also used to good AC. I mean, if you've spent time in New York in the summer, like right now, and you're in like hallways, it's just not AC. It's like, I'm used to central air. It's freezing in here. But in small apartments that you're going to rent, like that one I had to jump through all those hoops for, if your AC unit goes out, it's going to be hot. It's going to be real hot in your apartment. And that affects your environment. So I'm not an AC technician. But am I going to open up the AC unit and figure out how to fix an AC unit? Probably not. I mean, in reality, I'm not going to solve the AC problem with time. I'm going to solve the AC problem with money. I'm either going to call someone else, or since it's invading my personal space because I work from home, I'm going to be going out and buying a new AC unit. Like that. So the point there is customers that spend their time to solve a problem, there's no way to make an affiliate commission there. There's no way to make a partnership there. Sure, you could create a how-to guide on how to fix your AC unit, but how about you get in front of those customers and you actually show them that your time is not worth fixing the AC unit. Here's how you buy a new one. Here's how you pick the right one. So think about, this is a first world problem for sure. Like my AC goes out, I'm solving it, but it's a first world problem. Think about problems that every single person has that you can solve. There may be affiliate commissions there or partnership opportunities. So next, how educated is your market about their problem? Do they even know that they have a problem? In the AC unit example, it's in my space. Like, I'm hot, and it's really, really humid out. I know that I have a problem. But, so I was talking to someone with travel insurance. Do I know that I have a problem with travel insurance? No, it's going to take a lot of education. That's where you're going to need to partner, as a merchant, you guys will need to partner with a microbrand to educate your customers, because they don't even know that they have a problem. So solve problems that the market knows they have a problem as an affiliate. Be the microbrand there, match them with the right, and I'm saying right, the right merchants. Like the people who are going to treat them the best. Because long term, money is not the key there. You're gonna get thank yous in the mail. You're gonna get so many emails that are like, you know, you saved me this huge hassle of researching everything right. And I didn't send you to this place because they sent you the biggest payout. I sent you to this one because they're the best choice. It's fulfillment. Think about fulfillment on that. That's a completely different talk. So, can anyone else think of a market that you would solve a problem with money instead of time? It's often things that you're going to have to require to move in. So, anyone think of anything? Extermination. That's great. That is great. Do you play in that market?
No, but as long as you want to be your apartment.
Yeah. So another tip, if you are renting an apartment in New York, I've never had like bug problems in my life, but when the exterminator comes and he offers to exterminate your apartment because it's a monthly thing and you don't have any problems, have them still do it. Because as soon as they go to the other apartments and exterminate, all those bugs come to yours. And it's like, I'm renting on right now I'm on a sublet, and then I move into a different place next month. And like, there's some things that, like, I feel like there needs to be a New York renter's guide. Big opportunity there. Like, when the exterminator comes, it's paid for by your landlord, go ahead and take that extermination, even if you don't need it, because they're going to put the gel in your cabinets and stuff, whatever. But bugs come out of the woodwork if you don't deal with that. Because I had to go call an exterminator because I didn't get the free extermination done. Because I didn't need it. But, you know, opportunity there for New York buying guide, or renter's guide, there's an opportunity there. Create a small microbrand. I can think of all sorts of opportunities. They may not even look like straight up affiliate opportunities, but what happens if you partnered with a good brokerage firm? I mean, brokerage fees here on an apartment can range $5,000 plus, just to help you spend a week finding an apartment. It's big money there. They got money to spend. If you're sending them leads, you could probably get a kickback. That's what's funny about the affiliate world. Sometimes they're called partnerships, sometimes they're called affiliate agreements, sometimes they're called kickbacks, and they're illegal. So, affiliate is not a new thing. Start thinking outside the model. Don't do anything illegal. I'm saying look for opportunities that aren't the standard model. Because the things that everyone else is looking at on the big networks, you know, they're bidding on the same traffic you are. I mean, come on. Like, let's compete on stuff that no one else is competing on, because that looks like a better opportunity to me. It looks like a long-term opportunity. I'm gonna hide with my own little agreements that I have and watch as some government agencies might get involved in some of the shadier stuff this year. I'm gonna be like, I'm glad I made the right decision. Because being that affiliate that took the high road, you're not gonna have to worry about all the legal issues. So you might be saving yourself a headache. And I have to change the slide. Maybe that's a good thing about PowerPoint. You guys could follow along on this, but with PowerPoint, I could just be like moving it. So, 1 second.
It's all that probably money. Hire somebody.
Exactly. Can we get up here? Chris Pearson.
Money or time.
Exactly. Actually, I kind of want to drive that point home. So let's talk about another opportunity with time or money. Anyone else got anything? Think about anything that you can spend time or money on. Building a website. He solves that problem by building software that helps you build a website. Good example. You could spend a lot of time learning how to do that, or you could buy software to do it. You solve the problem with money instead of time. Exactly. We got any others? Let's get these juices flowing. These are awesome affiliate opportunities. These are prime ones. I'm gonna let you guys sweat it for a second. All right.
Pool cleaning.
Pool cleaning. I'm flirty and I'm familiar. It's not fun. I would much rather spend that with money because spending time on that is a hassle. What happens if your pool heater breaks? I'm not gonna open that up. AC units. Anything legal. Like, you're not gonna solve, like, you could research how to start an LLC, but what happens if your LLC gets sued? You're not gonna do all the research, you're gonna hire a lawyer. Let's keep going, because this is like idea generation. Like, I don't have all the answers. You guys, aggregately, we have more answers. We got anything? Everyone's dodging eye contact, huh? So, perfect example.
1-800 got jumped.
What was it?
1-800 got jumped. Trash removal.
1-800 got junk. Like trash removal. Think about this one. This one hit my radar just recently, and I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that this is an awesome opportunity because I'm probably going to be chasing it, so I'm not worried about you guys competing because I got all the tricks up my sleeve. As a small business, if you want to take credit cards, are you going to spend time on that? No, you're going to work with a credit card processor. Just saying. That's a killer opportunity. All right, I'll let that one sink in because that is big in my eyes. Like, that gets me excited. Cool. So now, sorry to change the slide. I guess we can go back now. I don't like standing up here. It feels too much like college, and I kind of like, I didn't have to pay attention in college. I don't know, I just was good at it. Tip 2, where to build your audience. I'm banking on emails over social media. Now, I'm not going to say this is an original idea because Derek Halpern, right there, he is a big email guy. If you want to, I brought up Social Triggers, that's his site. If you want to learn about how to build an email list and build your audience, that man's done it quick. It's been what, 6 months, and how many subscribers you got? 4 months, 10,000 subscribers. That's how to build an email list. That is killer. Now, why am I banking on email as a place to build your audience? Let's think about it. You can ignore me on Facebook. You can follow me at fb.me, URL's up there. But you can ignore me there. You can follow me on Twitter. You can ignore me there too. I probably would, because I tweet about my breakfast here and there. That's funny, I'm vomiting. Stand-up is hard. G+, you can probably ignore me on there too. You got all sorts of filters. I don't know if I haven't really been all that active on there. I'm not a social media guru. But the big point is, you can ignore me on social media, but you have to delete or filter my email. You subscribe, and I'm adding value. If I'm helping you out, I'm helping you solve your problems, you're interested in what I have to say. I'm showing up in your inbox. Hey, it's going to come from Nick Reese. How's it going? Like, I'm helping you solve your problems. You have to delete me, you have to unsubscribe, or you have to filter me out. It's like a captive audience. You guys are a captive audience. Yeah, you can run away, but you have to make the decision to run out of the room. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between just being like throwing it out there in social media. It's like, hey, this is here, this is here, this is here, versus David, I've got something personal for you. There's a big difference there. Think about building your audience on email. So we're also going to talk about how to do that in an interesting way. So as an affiliate, I have a lot of different projects I've worked on over the past few years. A lot. So we have some sites that, well, let me back up just a little. We have this idea that I call the shell method. Do something awesome, figure out how to monetize it later. Get attention, I'm here. Whole bunch of everyone paying attention. Let it sit for a little while and figure out how to monetize it. We've done that a lot. So on all of our other sites that we've done that, we're now putting up email series. So there's pop-up domination out there. They're all run on WordPress. Stick a plugin on there, set up an Aweber account, and set up an autoresponder series. Hit them up for 6 months. After the fact, we have roughly 250,000 uniques a month that we don't even. We're just coming to our site for the resources, and we're just letting them sit there. We aren't monetizing any of that. Let's start capturing emails. I'm going to bank on that. What if you could get a 10% conversion rate on 250,000 uniques a month? What if you could get a 1%? And build that over several months. You got a much different opportunity as an affiliate. That's building a brand. That's an opportunity to build a brand. So if you want to like flex, so to speak, if you want to send an email out to your entire audience, so like we have a lot of people in the WordPress industry, we have a lot of people in the small business industry. They're all interrelated. Send them one campaign. If we want to launch a new site, we just say, here's 5,000 people that want to know about this new site. Suddenly you have a captive audience. For me, it's going to be building a brand around Nick Reese, even though I can't get that domain. We got some guy that owned an ISP back in the day that picked it up. But going forward, like we're going to look at tax receipts and how to create the win-win-win, so to speak. These emails are all interested in tax information. They're all trying to make money online. If you're running a WordPress site, you're probably trying to learn how to make money online. If you're running a small business, you're paying attention because tax is something you have to deal with. So I'll pull up Opting In to show you how that plugin works real fast. Pretty simple. I'm using Pivot versus Public Domination. I really haven't, I like them both. So we actually acquired this domain. We didn't build this one. There's a big opportunity there for affiliates, picking up sites that are underperforming from old passion bloggers, and that's a whole other topic. I feel like I just need to keep on jumping up and down. So there's two different sites. You're going to acquire affiliate sites. I have 15 minutes. Holy crud, I need to speed it up. We'll go into that later. You can ask me about passion bloggers versus money bloggers later. So if we're going to run, so there should be a pop-up here in 10 seconds. So there's like a delay. We basically acquired this site, and now there's a 10-part email series about how to start your WordPress blog through running your WordPress, through making money from your WordPress blog. So there's a series there, and then we're going to handhold them for 6 months after. So it's building a relationship versus a one-time, I learned about a project with jQuery. So let's keep going forward, and then we got to get Q&A in there. Strategic partnerships are going to be the win-win-win. And like I said, I've been talking about win-win-win for a while. So a perfect example of this, and I gotta go quick because I want to leave time for Q&A. Check out taxreceipts.com. This is gonna be my flagship example of this. I picked up taxreceipts.com because I saw there was an awesome affiliate program called Shoebox. Basically, if you're a small business owner, you have to collect your tax receipts. They have to be IRS compliant for it to qualify as a deduction. Shoebox, it's Netflix for tax receipts. You stuff all your receipts in there, send it in the mail, they send you an Excel document with all your digital images of your receipts. Big win. So what I did is I said, hey, I'm going to work with a tax attorney to solve this problem for all small businesses. It's not an easy problem to go through and read 1,000 pages of tax regulations. So we soft launched with this. We took 1,000 pages of tax regulations, put it on a business card, and offered it for free download. You can download it there. You can even get a physical copy of it. So taxreceipts.com is a year from now, when tax season comes around, by, well, June 15th. So by October 15th, our goal is to dumb down all the pages of tax regulations you have to read as a small business owner down to simple rules of thumb. Yeah, you're still going to have to work with a tax attorney if you have a strange situation, but it's going to dumb it down. How do we win? We have different opportunities with people like Shoebox, who have an awesome service that we would recommend. Talk to the CEO. I had an exclusive interview with the CEO. They set us up a custom landing page. They set us up a special offer for every single person that signs up through us. They get an extra 100 bonus scans. You see where this is going? I'm not just an affiliate. I'm a strategic partner. That is the future. So watch what we're doing on this. I'm still hashing it out. This is going to be the big first public example. There's no method for duplicating this. It's going to be industry specific. So think about it, but start thinking outside the affiliate box. So many people here, that's the biggest thing, biggest takeaway. Think outside the standard affiliate box. So just to wrap it up, we win, customers win, and Shoebox wins. And I got one last slide. We'll open up Q&A. Sweet, good deal. So who's got questions? Or we can just keep going on the time versus money, because that's big.
But I know you said that there's no, picture-perfect strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a template that you use for creating value? I know you gave some examples of interviews, thought leaders, and you have sort of mental template in your head of kind of, how to create something that kicks ass.
So he was
On a
asking,
regular basis.
gotcha,
The regular basis.
the regular basis. So what David asked is, how do I create, since there's not a template, what do I look for, right? And how do I create something that kicks butt on a regular basis? Sorry. So as an affiliate, I'm looking for opportunities that will give me a competitive advantage. The first couple slides. What can I do that no other affiliates are seeing? Because most people are still on this I'm just going to make money the easy way stuff. I'm willing to hustle for a couple weeks and not worry about it for a few months after I've done the hustle for a couple weeks. There's a difference there versus keep buying links or keep scamming however you're doing it. I'm looking for where can I get my competitive advantage. That's what I'm looking for. And in this industry, in the tax example, I was like, I've got nothing to lose. The shoebox had just gotten funding, and I was like, it wouldn't hurt to have an outside person validating this company that just got funding. So it's all thinking about in a business relationship, where can you still have this unique connection that no one else has? Does that make sense?
You talked about setting up relationships with people who have maybe really offers how to facilitate tracking and things like that. Encouraging companies to really get to the market and know that working on a network, keeping in-house, pointing in the right direction, setting something
Right, right. So what he's asking is, what do you do if you want to have a partnership with someone that's not familiar with affiliate marketing? First, don't call it affiliate marketing. Second, work with people that you trust. Like that's kind of a golden rule. But another example is in Austin. I used to live in Austin, and I believe you're from Austin. So there's a marina in Austin, and every time he rents out a houseboat, he gets a nice chunk of change. Well, how about I just set up a custom phone number and a form that emails him, and I rank for houseboat stuff? You get where I'm going? I'm basically ranking for houseboats. I'm sending him leads, and he's sending me back a commission. That's not a standard affiliate. I trust him though. Would I trust everyone to do that? No. Someone needs to solve that problem with code that allows you to approach a standard small business and just toss it up on their server, does all the tracking, everything for you. That's cool. Got a ton of them. Here's
I always want to make this comment for affiliates, but one avenue that I think is largely unexplored that a lot of people pursue is you want to identify somebody who makes a product. And they're poor at getting this product to market, but they have a terrible web presence. You step in, establish a nice distribution channel for the web, and then you go to them and say, look, I can sell your product. I can sell quite a few units. Let's establish some kind of payment scenario where I take the money and pay you on like net 30 terms, and basically you set up a new distribution channel for them. Because most of these people that make products are still doing old world tactics, like approaching like Walmarts and Targets, and these are really slow moving deals. It doesn't help get their business off the ground. They have no autonomy in their position. It's really like defenseless. And I feel like that's going to be pushed aside in favor of less resistance paths, such as having good website channels and distribution networks like that. So I call it like a forced affiliate model. Like you develop the solution, you take it to them and say, look, this is the highway for you. But I ran first for your product, and I can move it. Let's make a deal. And I think that there's a ton of opportunity there that I haven't seen anybody capitalize on.
That's Chris Pearson. What he's talking about, just for the video's sake, is we talked about this a lot when I lived in Austin. I had the luxury of chatting with him about this sort of stuff a lot. And he had a huge impact on my thinking as an affiliate. And what he's talking about is a forced affiliate model. I rank #1 for your product, and you don't have an affiliate offer? I mean, I still want to sell your product. Let's set up an arrangement. That's a forced affiliate model. You basically say, hey, there's this other competitor's product. It's kind of not the best situation, but you can set up an arrangement with them that maybe you're a reseller. Maybe that's what that looks like, is you're a reseller. You buy 10 products at a time, and then every single person that orders through you, you just direct ship it to them. So that's maybe a drop ship agreement. Think outside the box on that. So someone needs to think about, oh, we got it. Yeah, that was a different question.
So this is Ray's question. She lost her voice. How did you approach the tax attorney? And what kind of deal did you create?
So with the tax attorney example, he's a good friend of mine. I actually met him in Argentina, like super randomly. And I was asking him for tax advice. And basically we're an LLC in Florida. And we were like, can we file it as an S corp? Did you know an LLC can file as an S corp? That's all you have to do is file as an S corp. You don't have to change your business name. We were talking to him about that. We had a big win, and I saw that there was this opportunity for Shoebox, and I was like, let's create a win-win deal here. So I went into it, and I was like, I know affiliate stuff. I had the reputation that I knew affiliate stuff, and he knew all the domain expertise. I said, I'll deal with all the coding, everything else. You make tax documents. I'll make sure they get styled, all that stuff. So that's how I approached him. Was pretty much, this is a killer opportunity. Like, you have a huge opportunity.
How's the name? How's the tax attorney getting paid for it?
So the tax attorney is actually in as a split right now, but going forward, it was aligning my goals with his. So his goals were to write a book on agile business. Small business owners need tax advice. If we're going to write a book about small business, you got a captive audience. Once again, you've helped me a ton with tax. You should probably buy this book. Or I helped you a ton with tax. I just wrote this book on building an agile business. That's a win for him. You have 5 minutes left. Who else is up?
Good question. As a new market is starting, you recommend starting on LLC.
Right.
Let's say if you're promoting various products that are like unpaid, you recommend having one LLC, an umbrella, or different LLCs.
So I'm not a tax attorney, so I would talk to someone about that, but I kind of do it differently. I mean, this is not legal advice at all. I have all my intellectual property in one LLC, and I have everything else in another. That's how I have it set up. Just because if you get sued, you're in a better position that way. But I mean, basically as a beginning affiliate, set up something limited liability, whatever that looks like, and just start doing stuff. Just doing awesome things. So there's a lot of different guides and comparisons out there. I believe Sean Collins, the guy that runs Affiliate Summit, I believe he has a guide about tax entities, and you might want to talk to him about that. He's much more qualified. Got one? No? Just stretching? Just stretching? You should not fall asleep. That's good. Hopefully I'm somewhat entertaining. Anyone else?
I have a, so if you know someone that, like, let's say you knew someone that had 2 million people on the list, and they are promoting off of the shady crap.
Yep.
Right? Because I'm looking at what you just said, I'm thinking, how can I infect them with this good virus and leverage the relationship that I have with them? Because I learned some really great stuff, tactical stuff on that I this kind of stuff. How can I apply what you're doing? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like,
So what you're basically asking, I have to repeat the question for the video, is basically, how do you get an affiliate that is already promoting stuff to go more legitimate? So this is like perfect for the network. For the network or the merchant people. This is perfect for that. Because for the affiliate, they have to hit that point in their life when it's not about the money anymore. It's about what their impact is. And I did that really young, and it was like, I can't be just doing things that are hurting other people. Like, I have a conscience, and that conscience has to kick in. So, up a little high? Okay, maybe I should have been doing that the whole time. So, basically, get lost. So, oh yeah, so basically he has 2 million emails, you said? He's got an opportunity to make legitimate verticals and do, like, basically, so Derek, the man over there, the email list, talk to him about that stuff, because Derek is really good at segmenting his emails. I would segment out the emails and figure out what these people are interested in and start, instead of just sending them junk, send things that are tailored to them and build my reputation up there. Cool. But just as the final thing, big takeaways. Choose the right market, build a captive audience, and create strategic partnerships. And the one that's not up there, this is probably the biggest thing out of all this. Look outside the standard affiliate box. There's opportunities there. There's opportunities everywhere when you look outside that standard box. So, and hopefully someone solves that code problem. And that's something I got my eyes on. So, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your affiliate summit. And if you have any questions, I'll be up here.